Uncle Ron and stuff. This is take 25 on this. I keep hitting a button, but this is a SAWZALL, Milwaukee SAWZALL powered version. And what happens to me is I'll wind up breaking the blade tip right here. This is where it gets locked into the blade clamp, and it'll break off in there. And you have to get it out to put a new saw blade in. And I've seen one video on YouTube that says they took this whole mechanism off to get to it. I have another methodology, and maybe it'll work for you. The first thing I did was to remove this guide, whatever the proper term for it is, and there are two Torx screws holding it in place. So you do need a torque wrench, and I don't know if this one's marked. I think it's a T20 torque drive screw. So you get that out of the way, and you might be able to do it with it on there. But I have trouble turning this far enough to get it to lock, and this just gives me more room to do it. Okay, now I have the blade down in there, and the broken tip. And what I have is like a surgical dental pick, if you can see it well enough, like this. It's very thin ends on it, and it'll fit down in the slot. So what I do is I open up and then I insert one of the ends in, and I just flick it upward, and it'll pull. Usually, it goes down in far enough to get underneath of the broken off tab, and you can flick it out. Or in the worst case, I've had to turn it upside down, and gravity will take it out of there. So I don't know. I have these for other purposes, but this is took care of it. You may have something like this that you can use um, to flick that blade out. I wish it wouldn't break the blades off in the device, but it continues to do so. So I've come up with this mechanism. Again, you might be able to do it. Again, I find it hard to turn the locking mechanism free enough to get the pin out of the way. And I don't know why I have struggled with it, but I do. Okay, so that's how I did it. Yeah, you needed a I think it was a T20 torque to take the bolts out, and you need something like this. I think it's probably a dental pick. I don't know what its official name is, but very tapered ends, and both of them, if you can't see it, have a little hook on the end, which allows me to get far enough down in it and flick it out. So this is how I did it, and I've tried sometimes doing it without taking this off, but I, I can't get it. Anyway, hopefully it helps. You do not have to take the whole assembly apart, and I don't want to do that. The retainer rings and all that stuff, and it's not required. You should be able to get it this method. That's Uncle Ron and stuff with the Sawzall broken off blade and a Model 60. I wish it had the lever up here for the blade lock, but it doesn't, and therefore I'm required to rotate it, and it's hard. They got a good spring in there. Anyway, today is the 16th of September, 2023. I hope it helps.